Penn State Nittany Lions.
Years here at Indiana as assistant coach, and now in his 13th year at Evansville. Good look at former teammate of mine. Good record, 61% winning percentage at Evansville. I believe he was a coach when you were here, Mr. Kitchell.
He sure was, and did an outstanding job. I'm not surprised at all that he's went down to Evansville and compiled the record he has. His players really have nothing but great things to say about him, and just an all-around really good guy.
Let's take a look at the series. Indiana now a 5-0 lead, and they played last year at the RCA Dome. Indiana won that, but it was about 2 weeks earlier when it took a buzzer shot by Andre Patterson to beat Evansville at Madison Square Garden, the preseason NIT.
Cruzy was just a youngster when he came in here for you. I got to say, you did an outstanding job of grooming he and all those other guys.
He's come a long way. There you see the Evansville lineup. They have 8 freshmen on this team, only 1 senior and 2 juniors, so it's a very young team, so a lot of the freshmen play, and you'll see them tonight in action. Charlie Miller, who did not play against Kentucky on Saturday, gets a starting nod here. So Indiana goes with Guyton and Turner, Miller and Recker at the forwards. Jason Collier will play center.
Kind of a surprise seeing Charlie out there. He really has not played that much as of late.
Your officials: Ed Hightower, Jerry Petro, and Paul Jansen, all from the Big Ten Conference. And we're underway. Indiana has the tip. Evansville in man-to-man, and the throwback style jerseys, more of a t-shirt look that was popular for the Aces back in the late 50s, early 60s. Recker, a rebound and a foul.
Luke Recker just does an outstanding job of getting to the basket. Just always plays hard. Sometimes he gets a little anxious. You can see in the Kentucky game he got 3 fouls early, but the effort is always there. You can see Evansville the first time down the floor really laying back on the Indiana post. They're not going to let Indiana try to get the ball inside Indiana. Much bigger team, much stronger inside. So Evansville going to lay back. Indiana going to have to hit some outside shots early.
Foul is on Kyle Runyon, his first. Recker hits 1 of 2. Both these teams very good from the free throw line.
See A.J. Guyton much more aggressive defensively tonight. That's the one thing Indiana has really been working with him. In the Kentucky game, he was way off defensively. The Turner could pretty much do whatever he wanted, whether it be pass it, shoot it. Tonight, he's put much more pressure on the ball.
Here's Runyon, 42. He's 6'5". Marcus Wilson is number 5. Tough shot there, and Miller and Collier both there for the rebound. Here's Charlie Miller. And the outside shot, Rob Turner. Recker. Miller has a three-pointer, and that one's good.
Great to see the senior get off to a good start. Hasn't played much, as you mentioned. Did not even see the floor against Kentucky yet. Coach Knight gives him the start tonight, and he answers.
Runyon with his left arm, left elbow heavily bandaged. This is Hollow. And he travels. He's averaging 19 and a half a game also. And good look at the senior, the only senior on this team. 6'6", 220. Plays hard.
Reminds me a lot of Pat Garrity. He's obviously not as big and not as strong as Garrity, but he'll use the same type of movement. He'll get the ball down inside. He'll do a lot of ball faking, pump faking inside, and he's a very, very intelligent player.
Recker in the lane, drives in, and a block is called as Recker gets the layup. This may go back to that call that Coach Knight talked about in the press conference, where if you're standing under the basket, that's not a charge. It's got to be called a block.
Yeah, you take a look at it right here. I think he's got pretty good position. Runyon gets a nice position. The problem is, as you can see, he's all the way under the basket, although he was sliding a little bit over that way. It didn't look that way from up here, but from down underneath the basket, he was definitely sliding. Coach Knight, after he said hello to Coach Cruz, he said something to Eddie Hightower, and I don't think he was very happy about those 2 calls, something as if maybe they had looked at him in the film, and those 2 calls against Kentucky were not that good.
Recker can't convert that three-point play, but Runyon has picked up his 2nd foul, so he comes out of the game.
He's very important to Evansville because he's their best three-point shooter. He and Wilson pretty much take all of the three-point shots.
Guyton straddles the line but saves the ball.
You can see the pressure Indiana continues to apply. Starts with A.J. Guyton out front, and it continues to carry over.
Number 3, John Reisinger now in the lineup for Evansville. He takes Runyon's place. Guyton leaves his
feet. That's a double dribble.
Collier, a turnover for Indiana.
Jason Collier's he's got to know that. I mean, he catches the ball, he dribbles it, he picks it up, and then he takes off dribbling again.
Kirk Begley comes in. Let's take a look at the
defense right here. We talked about the defense right here. Guyton putting more pressure on right here. Good job by Charlie Miller coming over, cutting him off, letting Collier get back in position.
6-0 now, Indiana. Inside pass.
That's the cut Indiana's really been trying to take away. You can see they help right there. But A.J. comes off and they give up the shot. 2-pointer for Evansville.
That's Reisinger, 6'5" sophomore from Evansville Harrison. Gets Evansville's first 2 points.
Excellent cut by Recker down inside. Trying to put pressure on Collier outside. Not as big as Collier, yet they know he can stand out there and shoot the jump shot.
That's Begley, 6'9" junior. Commits the foul. He's matched up with Collier. Recker, a shot fake and drive. Dish to Charlie Miller. And a foul from behind on Reisinger.
Outstanding pass by Luke Recker. Really makes everything happen. Makes Indiana a much better team when he's on the floor because he's such a weapon, either shooting the basketball or finding open people. Take a look at Charlie Miller. Outstanding drive. See, the 3 defensive players have to come to him. Now, this is when Charlie Miller's got to get it up on the board. You know he's going to get. You know you're going to get pounded down inside, but you got to get that up a little quicker. It's just a short little shot. He's got to get that up on the board and get a chance for a 3-point play.
Charlie hits that first free throw. This is a quicker Evansville team and not a tall team, so a reason that Charlie would get into the game.
If Indiana hits some outside shots early, I think it'll make it very, very difficult on Evansville. They'll have to come out defensively, and then Indiana will be able to work on the inside.
8-2 now, Indiana with the lead. The 1-4 offense by Evansville.
Much better effort by A.J. Guyton out there defensively tonight. He's working harder. You can see he's obviously aware of it. You can see right there, great shot fake by Hollander. Just outstanding right there. Used his left arm to hold the defender off. Nice little jumper. Very, very intelligent play.
Shooting almost 60% from the field. He takes good shots like that one. Here's Turner. Creates a shot off the backboard. Hollander has it. Evansville looks to break. Hollander on the baseline and stripped away. 3 turnovers now for Evansville. Guyton drops to Turner and a jump ball.
Good defense by Evansville right there. Indiana not very strong with the ball. Rob Turner has to realize he's going to get that pass as Guyton gets up in the air. You don't want to leave your feet. You leave your feet. No place to go right here. He can pull up right there for that little 5-foot jump shot. That's what he needs to do. Instead, Turner not ready for the ball. Evansville with the tie up and goes their way.
Backdoor play and it's set up perfectly. Easy layup for Snow.
That's what happens communication-wise defensively. 3 Indiana players go after the 1 Evansville player. The other 2 players roll to the basket wide open. Good offense by Evansville. Reading the defense, seeing what's there.
Frank Snow, one of the 8 freshmen for Evansville, hits his 2 there. Collier, shot fake, and gets knocked down by Begley. And that's 2 now on Begley, so second ace who has 2 fouls. Indiana the 2-point lead. You're watching Big Ten basketball on the ESPN Plus Network.
Miller, there's no reason for Charlie Miller. You can see Coach Knight looks over at Ron Felling. He says, you know, we've worked on people recognizing what's there and things like that. Just really break the defense down. It's just people not reading. Evansville now in a 2-3 zone. Didn't feel like they could handle Indiana's size or quickness.
Luke Recker gets the roll on that jump shot. It's 5 points now for Recker.
See, that's a shot they can get against Evansville. Not quite as big. Against Kentucky, they'd have problems on a shot like that.
Begley open just outside the free throw line.
Come down against the zone and you score the first 2 or 3 times, and it really takes all the steam out of it, as Luke Rector has just went through it like water through a sieve 2 times in a row.
Moved to the basket before he got the ball, and that caught the defense off guard. Indiana now by 6.
I'll be very surprised if Coach Cruz continues to stay in that zone after the first 2 attempts. See how Rob Turner standing back on riser. Coach Knight would like to see his defenders way up on, really pressuring. We saw Rob do a better job against Notre Dame. Good defensive job right there. He didn't foul him. He had to take a tough shot.
Collier goes strong after that rebound. And
continue to stay in the zone, although it's not been very effective.
Rob Turner misses a long one. Wilson ready for that shot. In and out. And another Collier rebound. He's got 3 rebounds here early. And again, Indiana sets up against the zone defense.
There's some openings down there on that baseline, and Indiana makes cuts through. Evansville comes up a little bit. There's some openings down underneath, like Charlie Miller. Yeah, right there. Luke Rector saw him. Charlie Miller has got to recognize that. He is wide open when he cuts right there. That is an excellent pass by Luke Rector, and as he comes over, Coach Knight's telling him, Charlie, don't just run to another spot. Take a look at it right here. Rector sees it. Look at him. He's wide open. If Charlie just looks up, he's got a dunk or a layup. Something, again, recognizing what's there. Something Indiana has not done very well, either offensively or defensively.
Drive by Runyon all the way to the hoop. Partially deflected.
Charlie has done a nice job defensively of coming over and helping out.
Guyton open on the top of the key, just off. Slapped away by Evansville. There's a good look at Charlie. Good start for him in a game that he started.
Well, he's done a nice job defensively. You can see he comes over right here. He's the reason they don't score as far as Evansville. You can see they get a nice drive to the basket, but that's the second time he's come over, done an outstanding job defensively. You can see Rector continues to find holes in that defense. I mean, this is not a Temple type of zone. There are going to be holes in it, and Rector continues to find them.
Now Indiana by 8. Hollander inside. Good move. And again, Charlie Miller comes away with the ball.
Some good ball fakes and pass fakes right there would give this Evansville team a lot of problems in that zone.
Collier hits the jump on the baseline. Again, Rector found the open man.
Again, they put Rector out on top. The other thing Rector possesses out top is that he's big enough that he can see up over the top of some of the guards. He's a little better than Guyton.
Three-point shot by Wilson. You can see how deadly he is from the outside.
Well, he's a wonderful three-point shooter. He and Runyon take the majority of all the three-point shots.
Just missed by Guyton outside, but a quick shot, huh?
Yeah, very quick, especially as successful as they have been. Great screen by Wilson right there. He sees him coming down the floor. You can see Rector throws it right in. Hollander, again, an intelligent player. Indiana had a 10-point lead. Now it's down to 3 as Evansville uses their head, does a nice job getting right back in the basketball game.
You can see their bench is up and shouting encouragement to the team. Charlie Miller inside, layup off, and James has it. He goes down, and a timeout is called by Evansville. That's a 20-second timeout, but possession clearly held there, so he could call that timeout. As Evansville has made a nice run to get this game down to 3. This 20-second timeout is brought to you by Outback Steakhouse. Here's the Hoosiers' record here at Assembly Hall. 88% of the games played here they have won, and 87-9 in the 90s decade.
Right here, take a look. we really didn't get a very good look at it, but that's where Wilson recognizes what's going on. He sees Collier is the man, screens him, and then Hollander just takes advantage of, again, Indiana not recognizing, seeing what's there. You've got to see the defender. You got to throw it away. Obviously, Hollander steps right in, says thank you very much. He'll take that layup, and 4 very easy and very quick points for Jim Crew's Evansville Aces.
Nice run for the Aces in the last minute 45. As Indiana had stretched their lead out. And Evansville has the ball. Chance to cut this lead to 1.
For Indiana, Luke Jimenez in the game. Thought did an outstanding job against Cameron Mills for Kentucky after Cameron Mills had come in. Nice job by Hollander freeing himself. See how he stepped into the defender, freed himself, then went up for the jump shot. But Luke Jimenez, an outstanding job in the second half. Mills did not score.
8 points now for Hollander as he again takes over the offense for Evansville. Jimenez now at the point.
See, the problem Jimenez has had, Recker has had, he comes in there, he makes 3 or 4 really outstanding drives to the basket, some great passes, and then he just kind of makes a bonehead play by throwing it in, giving them 2 easy points. Those are the types of things, obviously, that Coach Knight is trying to get him to get out of his game as Jimenez steps up and knocks in a big 3.
3 seconds to shoot on the shot clock, and Jimenez hits a 3. Curtis Wilson tries to answer Marcus Wilson at the other end, but can't. And there's Hollander again working for 2 more.
No, he's just an outstanding player. Really like to see how he uses his body getting inside. Doesn't just throw up wild shots as Guyton continues to come up short, continues to hit the front of the rim.
4-on-2 for Evansville. They slow it up till Snow takes a 3-pointer outside.
Oh, yeah, he's wide open.
Another seam in the zone, and Turner hits the easy layup.
And those are the types of things Coach Knight's looking for. I mean, right away, the Indiana team recognized what was there. They saw Turner was available, got the ball to him. Good job by Guyton getting back down on the post.
Evansville and Indiana battling it out in the first half. You're watching Big Ten basketball on the ESPN Plus Network.
Uses his body, gets in there where Collier really has no chance to block the shot. If he does, he's going to foul him. Indiana comes back down against the zone. Turner able to find an opening, get an easy layup. See it right here. You can see Guyton finds him. The problem with the zone is you're always looking out, obviously watching the ball, so you have to attack it from down underneath, as Evansville does an outstanding job passing the ball around and getting an easy layup.
That's Begley inside and cuts Indiana's lead to 2. Richard Mandeville now in the lineup. William Gladness and Larry Richardson. So only 1 starter for Indiana now in the lineup, and a turnover.
Not a very good pass by Luke Jimenez. Larry Richardson did not have his man in a position where he could get the ball.
Runyon in and out. And Mandeville comes off a good game against Kentucky, pulls that rebound down.
Thought he had an outstanding game. Maybe played as well as anybody coming in as far as doing what he could do. He didn't score a lot of points, but he got a lot of people open, got a lot of open shots. Very strange team for Indiana in right now. They've got Gladness and Richardson working inside. They've got Mandeville as one of the 3 guys out looking to shoot jump shots.
He does. It's a little long. Gladness right there with good position, and the foul.
The foul's going to be on 33 Hollander. He comes up over the back.
Indiana 21-19. Indiana got off to a big early lead, but Evansville has come back with some quick baskets and to cut it down to a 2-point lead. John Laskowski and Ted Kitchell from Bloomington. Evansville with some substitutions. Stanton back in. Evansville stays in the zone. Mandeville works the baseline for Indiana. Inside, this is Gladness.
See, good defense by Evansville. They know Gladness wants to turn to his left shoulder. Right there, was not able to. Loses that one out of bounds.
5 turnovers now for Indiana as that that pass eludes Gladness.
Very difficult for this Indiana team to score that's on the floor. A.J. Guyton, obviously the guy that Evansville is going to guard from the outside.
There's Runyon.
Nice
they look
job
for Wilson. Back door. He's open. And a foul.
Good.
Feed in the low post. And then Wilson open on the back.
Almost like a give and go. You can see they give it. Wilson takes off right along the baseline. Great pass by Hollander. You can see they've played together. They've worked together. As we mentioned, Wilson, an outstanding scorer, only needed 42 points coming into tonight's game to reach the 1,000 mark, and that's only as a junior.
He misses on that free throw. And he'd been shooting 95% on the year, so a rare miss by Wilson. There's the Evansville bench.
See Evansville doing a nice job getting to the free throw line, working very hard on the offensive end, doing a lot of cutting, a lot of screen. Indiana not able to get to the free throw line because basically Evansville has sat back in the zone. Indiana able to score some points early against the man-to-man. Coach Cruz decides to go to the zone defense, and because of it, Indiana not really able to take advantage of their height and get to the free throw line.
Low scoring game would favor Evansville. And that's what we have up till now. 21-20 Indiana. You're watching Big Ten basketball on the ESPN Plus network.
The Holiday Bell.
.org. For Indiana, Andre Patterson in the lineup. He sees his first action. Jason Collier also back in. Michael Lewis in for the first time. And Evansville played very well in the last 4.5 minutes. Indiana trying to gear up their offense. Luke Jimenez outside for three and pretty closely guarded on that shot.
Well, that wasn't a shot he was wanting to take, but recognition is very important. I mean, he recognized there's only 3 seconds left on the shot clock after coming out and did an excellent job.
Trap. Reisinger, nice job to hold on to that ball.
See how Jimenez gets up into the offensive player. You can see foul right there by Andre Patterson. Got Hollander again doing a nice job inside using the fakes. Slapped him on the hand. He'll shoot two. But watch Luke Jimenez, how he really gets up into the offensive player. Makes it very difficult whether the guy wants to shoot, whether he wants to pass. That's the thing that they're working on. You see right here. Now watch how he really gets up into him. See, the difference is when you get up in that position, it makes it more difficult for the guy to do anything. He can't just stand there and view the entire floor. He's got to worry about you knocking the ball away, so he's not only, it takes his passing skills away, but also it's not very easy for him to take the jump shot.
Hollander misses, 81% free throw shooter, hits on the second.
Evansville using an outstanding free throw shooting team. See, they continue to be very content, even though Indiana has hit some threes, very content to stand back in that zone.
And another one, A.J. Guyton this time outside.
There's going to be plenty of openings for Indiana if they'll just be patient.
Marcus Wilson outside, top of the key, hits that. It's become a three-point game.
See Evansville doing a good job offensively, setting screens, trying to get the ball into Wilson's hands.
Collier triple teamed and stolen. Reisinger comes away with it. And he'll take the three-pointer.
2 in a row from the same place.
He hits it to tie the score. And Evansville makes a nice comeback to tie this game. Their bench up, shouting encouragement. Lewis, the lob pass. Collier gets bumped.
Good job by Michael Lewis, recognizing with Jason Collier's height, he can pretty much, Jason Collier has a real problem inside. When we saw him against Temple early in the year, he wants to catch the ball inside, and then he wants to take time to do with what he wants. I mean, you've got to catch it in there, and you've got to make a very quick decision. You either go up and shoot the little jump hook, or you pass opposite to a guy looking for a jump shot like Guyton.
Collier misses on that free throw.
I mean, it's not like high school where you got 6'2" and 6'3" guys in there. You can stand and pretty much look over the top of them. You've got to make a very, very quick decision. And he's had problems with that against quicker teams.
Collier hits 1 of 2, and Richardson comes in to replace Collier. 17 fouls for Evansville, only 2 for Indiana. There's Guyton right up on Stanton, forces him to pick the dribble up. Now a double team. Good pressure by the Indiana guards. Hollander is going to be fouled. Richardson picks that one up.
I can guarantee you, in the Indiana scouting report, when they've talked about Hollander, the most important thing I bet they've put is that he's a very intelligent player, and he's going to shot fake and get you up in the air. Now watch him. Does a nice job. Some of the people felt like he carried the ball, which he could have right there, but look at that. Sets Larry Richardson up. Excellent job right there. Just jumps into him, gets the bump, still gets the shot off, has a chance at the three-point play. Misses the first free throw once again, but just an outstanding play. As I mentioned, very similar to Pat Garrity. He's not as big, not as strong as Garrity, but he plays the game almost exactly the same.
And he's tied the score at 28. Lob pass. Patterson inside, triple team. And Evansville called for the foul. This one on Reisinger.
That pass is going to be there all night. Now, that's 2 times in a row Indiana's recognized. They're just bigger inside. They can basically throw it up over the top. Evansville just not very big inside.
It's 3 fouls now.
Now, for Evansville to cover that, their middleman is going to have to move down lower along the baseline, which then that gives a lot more room open up in the area. So after Indiana does this a couple times, then Andre Patterson will be able to cut up and under. He'll be able to catch and have a little 5-6 foot jump shot.
Reisinger leads with 3 fouls. Runyon checks in for him. And Patterson good on both free throws. Indiana by 2. Guyton comes to help out. Ball slapped away. Lewis. And a foul. Guyton picks up the foul. A good hustle there by Indiana. They nearly came up with it.
Coach Knight trying to encourage him to, anything he can do to get them out there defensively. Encourage him to put more and more pressure on that basketball.
Good pressure again, Jimenez. Richardson forces it outside. Hollander a 3, and it's good, and Evansville has the lead by 1 now. First time they've led the ball game.
You have a lot of problems with that down screen. You can see Evansville continues to get a lot of shots.
Inside, Andre Patterson with the great pass.
Indiana having a lot of problems defensively as Evansville continues to screen down.
Ball tipped by Guyton, and then again by Stanton.
Stanton didn't complain, though. I think he must have touched it.
Jim Cruz with some substitutions.
Again, I hate to stay on it, but just being out there, by Guyton being out there, being close, being able to knock the ball away, it turns into a turnover or possession for Indiana. Those are the types of things, and that's why Coach Knight continues to stress the fact that pressure and putting pressure on the ball is very, very important to Indiana's defense.
Richardson inside, fights his way to the basket, and traveling is called. Turnover by Indiana.
Indiana continues to want to catch the ball inside against the zone. You either have to go up for the jump shot or you got to pass the ball out of there. You just cannot dribble in and around and through the zone.
Indiana now doubled the amount of turnovers against Evansville. 8 first half turnovers.
It's the same thing that plagued them against Kentucky. I mean, they outshot Kentucky from the field, from the free throw line, but they turned it over too many times.
Open shot. That's Marcus Wilson. Great extension on that shot. He has 9.
Hustle inside by Evansville. They continue to really move quickly as AJ just uses his athleticism and goes right up over the top of that zone. Outstanding move.
Shot on the baseline by Guyton. Indiana the 1-point lead. Wilson tries to answer. Good pressure by Lewis.
Very surprised that Wilson able to find the shots he is. I'm surprised Indiana helping off of him as much as they are. Tough pass inside.
Lewis dribbling left. Now open for the shot. And good. Three-pointer, Michael Lewis.
He's an outstanding shooter in high school. Led the state in scoring.
6'1" sophomore from Jasper, Indiana.
Got to step up and hit them when they're there. My point defensively, I'm surprised that anybody helping off of Wilson. Surprised that he's able to get as many shots as he is.
That's Kyle Runyon. Hits the jumper. 6'5" freshman, averaging 10 a game now for Evansville.
Not surprised that Evansville staying close to Indiana.
Patterson inside jumper. Just rolls off. Marcus Wilson has it.
Boy, Travis sure did. Change pivot foot right there.
Indiana by 2. You're watching Big Ten basketball on the ESPN Plus network.
Excuse me, sir. Have you tried Powerball lately?
Oh, my
getting
goodness.
crushed. How about that one?
Are we sure that's right?
Miami by 20. Fresno State.
Look at
and
that.
Temple. Look at the defense Temple's put on Fresno State.
Tark better find some outside shooters.
Princeton plays a lot. There's one.
Oh, there's Iowa.
Iowa over Northern Iowa.
Another
by 2.
Tough opponent for them. They continue to creep up the top 10 standings.
Evansville patient on offense.
See, it's very easy for Evansville to basically move the ball wherever they want. Around the horn, they can pretty much pass it wherever they want. That's the thing Indiana has had trouble as Evansville continues to just sizzle from the field. Not missing many shots, although they're getting a lot of really good looks.
14 points now for Chris Hollander.
He comes to play each and every night, especially he's got to love coming into Bloomington and playing against Indiana. Good ball movement by Indiana right there. Jason Collier did nothing but position himself where he needed to. Then he waited for the ball to come back to him. Rather than chasing the ball around and trying to get the ball, he waited, was very patient. They passed it around. He got it open. Just shot it off the glass.
Hollander looks for somebody inside. Collier there to help as he slaps it away from Wilson. Good help by Indiana.
Good reaction by Jason Collier. That's not always an easy play, getting down and covering that baseline for a 7-footer, but good job getting down and knocking it away.
Hollander on the out-of-bounds play, in and out.
Oh, he might have sprained his ankle. Hollander might have came down on his ankle.
They have stepped on Jimenez on the way down.
Stop and play, so now they're going to take a look. He looks like he's not too bad, but I think he came down and twisted it just a little bit, maybe worse. He thought it was worse than it really is, but he definitely twisted it.
Says he's all right. Most players will tape their ankles before games to avoid that very situation. Looks like that tape job has helped Hollander.
It might hurt, but he remembers he's in Bloomington. He's been waiting to play this game for a long time.
Michael Lewis finds the rebound, lays it in. There's Wilson driving.
Excellent screen by Hollander to free Wilson right there. Indiana having a lot of trouble as Wilson able to get all the way to the basket.
Under a minute now, first half. Indiana by 4. Patterson on the baseline hits the jumper.
Well, I like to see Andre Patterson not hesitating. All year we've seen him hesitate with that shot right there. The shot's there. He knocks it away, or he knocks it in. You can see A.J. Guyton, the pressure defense we've talked about. Sure would like to see him take that ball all the way to the basket as Luke Jimenez follows his shot. Indiana will get one more try.
Now Indiana putting the points on the board. They're up to 43.
Don't be surprised if Coach calls a 20-second timeout here and sets something up, but he's going to go ahead and let him go right now.
Last shot of the half.
Oh, good ball movement. Good. Short.
Lewis had the open shot as Indiana can't convert one more time, but they will take a 6-point lead into the locker room, 43-37. You're watching Big Ten basketball on the ESPN Plus Network.
And to help to make sure they don't get it down low, but A.J. Guyton has got to jump up there and not let him shoot that free throw. That's all about help defense. You can see A.J. kind of gave it the attitude, he's not my man. Andre will get there. Well, Andre was not able to get there. Hollander, very intelligent, takes the shot, buries it against Indiana, as he buried a lot for 17 points in the first half.
Indiana gets the first possession. Jimenez stays in the game, as well as Andre Patterson.
Evansville comes back out in a man-to-man. You remember they started the first half in a man-to-man and then jumped to the zone. Andre's got a score right there. Good job getting the ball up on the board after they slapped it away.
Let's revisit our Sunoco fueling factors. Evansville.
Excellent job by Evansville. Shot selection very important. They've done a very good job. You can see their shooting percentages show it. And defense, they only give up 59 points per game, and so far they're right on track.
Look at Andre Patterson, 6'8" senior. He's got 7 points now. Did not start the game.
I think you'll see Evansville move back to that zone after 2 or 3 possessions just because of what happened right there. Andre Patterson way too big, way too strong for Evansville to handle down inside. Be interesting to see how Indiana handles the down screen on this half. Let's see if they've done their homework. I'm sure Coach Knight has made some switches inside to try to do a better job defensively.
Wilson open inside, and he hits the turnaround jumper. Collier has inside position. Can't get it, fouls it up.
It's an easy way to get one rebound. Huh? Right, lads?
You don't like to do that. Don't miss those intentionally to pump that rebound stat.
See, Hollander guesses on Wilson right there. Wilson goes back door. He throws it into the first row. Again, the pressure defense causing the turnover by Evansville. Indiana off to a very good start. You see Evansville continues to stay in the man. Look for Indiana to continue to try to punch it inside.
The last 4 minutes of the second half, Indiana outscored Evansville 11-4.
Charlie Miller's got to get out of that middle. When he's got Patterson and Collier inside, Charlie Miller gets to cutting through there. He needs to get out of there. Let those two guys play a two-man game. He's got to recognize that and get out of there.
And for Indiana on the Sunoco fueling factors,
turnovers very, very important. We talked about that. Indiana with 9. That's way too many. They're on the schedule for 18 or 20. Field goal percentage, they're doing a nice job. Continue to shoot the ball very, very well whenever they get the opportunity to shoot it.
Stanton picks that dribble up. Indiana pressures, and Evansville calls timeout.
Outstanding play right there. Stanton had nobody to throw it to. You just well use those 20s. No use taking them home with you.
So they do use the 20, and this one brought to you by McDonald's. A slow start for the Hoosiers. They're 3-3 in 95-96, but they finished 12-6 in the Big Ten, 19-12 overall. So there's a team that worked through some early season situations and had a pretty good year. Do you see the same for this team?
Well, I think that as we take a look at the defense right here. Now, watch Charlie Miller out here on your right. See how he denies right there? That's very, very important because it's easy for 3 or 4 other guys to play, and then you let your man come out and catch the ball. It does no good. So you have to have everybody working on the same page. But I think this 3-3 Indiana team is much better than the Indiana team last year that was probably 6-1 at this time.
Inside. Allen, a very smart player. He does remind you, Garrity, not quite as tall, but a heads-up player.
Indiana continues to try to jump up and block shots. And against Hollander, it's just not going to do any good. He's going to get you up in the air. He's going to create the contact. But that's the type of thing I used to do as a player, too. I mean, create the contact. You can't jump. You can't get it up over the guys. You just try to take it up through them. You get them to jump up in the air. You lean into them, and the official's going to give that call to you every time.
But the things people thought you did as a player was shoot a lot, Ted. They didn't see the other stuff. But I think you stand corrected there.
But that was a way to get to the free throw line and get some of those easy.
There you go. That's an offensive-minded player. Indiana by 6. Early second half. Now here's the zone. 2-3 again by Evansville.
Good recovery recovery by Evansville to the corners. Indiana throws catty corner to cross it.
Here's Guyton outside for three, and he hits that one.
That time Jason Collier did a good job. He got the ball, looked to the baseline, it's not there, and popped it right back out. He didn't bring the ball down, give Evansville a chance to take it away.
Outside shot off. Guyton on the fast break. One-on-one. It gets stripped by Stanton. Luke Jimenez, a three-pointer outside.
That's his third three-pointer tonight as Luke Jimenez has come up big for Indiana.
Now Indiana by 12 points, their biggest of the night.
Coach and I used to talk about starting the first 5 minutes of either half, and Indiana has to be very, very happy with the first 5 minutes of this second half.
Shooting well are the Hoosiers. Hollander on the drive.
They call it travel, said he dragged it.
So Indiana stepped up their defensive pressure. Jim Cruz shakes his head.
Doesn't agree with that one.
A little gray there in the hair of the old coach. And I think coaching does that to a guy. And Jim Cruz showing a little gray there.
I thought it was marriage because I don't coach, but I'm gray. I'm getting gray.
I think you're qualified as a sideline coach. I think that's why you're getting gray hair.
Okay.
Rob Turner back in for Indiana. Good look at the junior.
Rob Turner not really into this game like he was in the Kentucky game, and that's one thing I'm sure that concerns Coach a little bit is the consistency of his play. He gets really pumped up to play against a team on national TV. Kentucky, Jimenez takes a quick shot. Great hands right there by Charlie Miller, and then Rob Turner not able to come up with it.
Collier poked in the eye on that double team.
Jason's got to see that Hollander's standing there. He really can't turn into that guy right there. You know, they're going to try and slap the ball away. You take a look at it right here. It's going to go into Jason. This is when he just boom, touch pass right over to the corner. But good strong hands by Jason gives Indiana the possession.
Indiana scores on the three-pointer, and now all of a sudden the lead is 15 points by Indiana.
Just a really bad start for Evansville. Indiana's come out really hot, got a lot of good looks. He's going to shot fake.
He did. Charlie stayed down, but Hollander makes a tough shot.
That position, you have to realize he's right-handed. He's probably going to turn into the middle. You got to try to get up on that left shoulder. He's probably not going to want to turn. Now, see, he's a right-handed player. He wants to turn this way. You got to get up there. You can see how he's kind of leaning on him. Really a pretty good defensive job by Charlie Miller.
Miller's first foul. Hollander now 21 points. Has reached his 19.5-point average. Make that 22. But Indiana still up by 12. You're watching Big Ten basketball on the ESPN Plus network. The upset of the night. Miami, Ohio defeats Xavier, top 10 team. Temple putting the defense on Fresno State. Princeton will be a winner over Bucknell. And Iowa down 5 at the half. Iowa, Indiana's first Big Ten opponent on New Year's Eve.
Northern Iowa, huh? How about that? Indiana with the 4-out, 1-in. Jason Collier basically working down underneath the zone. Indiana will get a lot of looks from the outside right here.
Turner tries to cut in from the backside of this zone.
Plenty of time, still 10 seconds left on the shot clock.
Double team Miller.
Good cut by Charlie Miller.
As the heads turn to watch the ball, Miller cuts from behind.
He cut right at the time that he needed to, and Rob Turner was able to find him. You see the pass down here, the defense all rotates. Nobody sees Charlie Miller coming. See Runyon gets into foul trouble once again as he has to go sit.
Non-shooting foul, Indiana out of bounds.
Resets the shot clock.
Collier again works inside. That ball tipped away, though. He's got to come to meet that pass.
It's got to be a pass thrown a little bit farther away from the defense. See Luke Jimenez really working to keep the ball out of Wilson's hands.
He's done a nice job. Wilson still below his scoring average.
not an easy task. The offensive player works very, very hard to try to get the basketball.
Shot clock is at 5. Good defensive sequence by Indiana. Wilson, though, got the drive and the travel.
Indiana fortunate right there. Charlie Miller needed to come over just a little bit more. He's in position. If he steps in, he cut him off enough that Wilson traveled with the basketball. I don't think Coach Cruz very happy with that call.
8 turnovers now for the Aces. Lob pass set up.
Not there.
Evansville back on that baseline, preventing that play. 12 turnovers now for Indiana.
You know, Evansville has obviously done their homework. You know that Coach Cruz has seen Indiana run that play. As soon as Indiana sets up, they just back off. There's no way for Charlie Miller to get to the basket. Just an outstanding play by Evansville, taking it away from Indiana.
Jump shot outside. Breaks. No, it's a three-pointer. Ball tipped away, and Turner has it go off his hand out of bounds. Quick turnover by Indiana. 13 now on the game.
Right there. He changed pivot feet right there. Stanton definitely changed pivot feet. They didn't call him for a travel. See, Coach Knight caught it. He was up on that one right away.
Wilson inside. Just off, and Turner comes away.
Rob Turner will take this in the distance if you give him the chance.
Dumps it off to Charlie Miller. And the foul on Begley.
See Rob Turner coming at you. Rob Turner's the guy who's going to make something happen. Charlie Miller fills.
3 fouls now on Kurt Begley, and Miller at the line.
Begley got him all right there. If you're going to foul him down inside, you just will grab him and not let him even get the shot off.
Michael Lewis checks in for Jimenez.
Luke Jimenez has done an outstanding job keeping the ball out of Wilson's hands, and when he did get the basketball, it was not easy for him to score.
Strong there. Collier has it.
Jason Collier, an outstanding play right there. He got the ball and threw it right back out.
Charlie Miller off on that three-pointer. Evansville on the break. Ball picked up. Hollander open for 3 and goes off the top of the board, out of bounds.
So Evansville got a good look at it. They got the ball where they wanted it in Hollander's hand. He's got 21 against Indiana already tonight. Takes a wide open 3. Charlie Miller comes out of the game, and Andre Patterson re-enters.
There's Miller on the Indiana bench.
Evansville's obviously moved back to that zone after starting to have him man-to-man. Good penetration by Michael Lewis. Penetration will kill defenses, especially zone defenses.
10 now for Andre Patterson. He and Collier set up on a double low post. Either side of the lane. There's Guyton right out on Stanton. Shot fake by Hollander. Draws 4 Hoosiers to him. And let's see, Guyton will pick up the foul.
Hollander just starts walking to the free throw line. Before he even hits the floor, he knows he's going to get somebody to foul him as he starts towards the basket. Andre Patterson needs to do a little bit better job of bodying him and not letting him cut across the lane. That time he got a little bit of a screen, but he's got to do a better job getting in position, not letting him cut, because once he cuts to the basketball and gets the basketball, you're going to have problems handling.
Second foul on Guyton. Reisinger checks back in. He had 3 fouls and had to come out. Free throw in. So Evansville trails by 10, hanging close. Three-pointer outside. There's Patterson. Stripped, though, by Begley.
Andre Patterson, nice job of fighting for the basketball, but not able to come up with it as soon as he brought it down on the floor. 4 Evansville Aces in there to knock it away. Once again, Hollander just cuts to the basket. Indiana fortunate he's not able to score, but you've got to get a body on him and not let him cut towards the basketball.
Patterson baseline.
Good ball movement right there.
Right into Collier and the foul.
I think it's going to be on Craig Snow as he whacks Jason Collier. But good ball movement, good ball fakes right here. You can see the little ball fake right there by Andre Patterson. He gets the defense up in the air, passes underneath him. Collier in excellent position. Good ball movement against the zone for Indiana.
Collier in and out on that free throw. Indiana struggling from the line.
Indiana started off quickly here in the second half, moved it all the way to a 15-point lead, and since that point in time, just really hasn't done much.
Collier 80% on the year, terrific for a big guy. Hits 1 of 2. Drive all the way. Reisinger misses, gets his own rebound. Bagley misses, so 2 layups that time.
Poor defense by Indiana. Reisinger able to get all the way to the basket. See how Rob Turner is able to just sneak by people. I mean, people are trying to take charges on him. He just kind of squeaks right by you, never touches you.
6 now for Turner. Guyton nearly steals it. Push there by Michael Lewis.
Yeah. Got Michael Lewis with the hold right there.
Trying to stop Wilson, though, from coming back around. It's Indiana now by 13. You're watching Big Ten basketball on the ESPN Plus network.
Bagley in pretty good position, but Turner with just that real quick last step. You know, he can just sneak right by you, and then he just explodes to the hole.
Patterson now matched up on Hollander. Help from Guyton. That's
a really good play by A.J. Guyton. Come over, make Hollander give up the ball. I mean, the only guy you really don't want to help off of is Wilson. You see, again, they make him give up the ball. Evansville has to take a very difficult shot.
Nearly tipped back in. Guyton comes away with it.
Good defense by Indiana right there. That's what Coach Knight's really looking for. Really a good team effort.
Lewis spins inside and gets Patterson a layup.
Good penetration by Michael Lewis once again. It's the second time we've seen him get inside tonight. In both instances, Indiana, gets easy layups. Rob Turner guarding the much bigger Snow out there as Hollander steps out and buries another.
It's a jumper on the outside. Now for the big forward.
Who do you think taught Coach Crease this zone defense? Huh? Where did he learn that?
He had to go to a clinic.
He had to go to a
coach's clinic. Yeah.
He went to a coach's clinic and learned it, huh?
Yeah.
I was going to say he surely didn't learn that down here at Indiana.
They didn't play while you were here, did they?
Well, there was a lot of times that I was kind of sitting back there in the zone myself, but supposedly we were in a man-to-man.
We were resting up for the offensive.
Oh, sure. And that's the only reason you play defense is to rest. So you work hard offensively.
Hollander. I'll tell you, the guy is terrific. He hits a three-pointer there, giving 29 on the night. And Indiana has not figured out how to stop him. Evansville climbs back to within 10.
Indiana pulls out. Evansville comes right back.
Lewis. This time Patterson can't get it. 3-on-2. No dribble. Hollander.
They're going to give Michael Lewis for a block. He was trying to pick up the charge on Hollander.
So they moved into him.
Be out of bounds for Evansville.
But it was on a pass, not a shot. Luke Reckner and Jason Collier check in for Indiana.
Take a look at it. Michael Lewis, he's going to let Bagley run by him, and then he tries to pick up the charge right there on Hollander. Pretty good position. Really one of those you'd almost like to see as a no call because really no harm, no foul. I'd like the play to continue, but the official felt like it was a block.
Recker now in on Hollander. Shot fake.
You see there's a lot more pressure. He's still able to hit the shot. You can see Coach Knight basically put Recker in to guard Hollander. He's more of his size, probably a little quicker than Hollander himself.
And a career high now for Hollander, 31.
But it doesn't take him long to make his presence known as he steps right up behind the zone, right into the opening.
Recker with that layup. Hollander again has the ball. He's hot and he wants it. Here he is. Recker on him. Wants to go one-on-one.
Yeah, I would think Hollander would try to take him inside. He'd have a little bit more size.
Bagley, and now a tip by Marcus Wilson. Evansville has cut the lead to 8.
They're not going to go away.
Recker. At the free throw line, tries to bounce it in. Hollander steals. 3-on-2. Bagley. And the steal. Michael Lewis.
Excellent play by Lewis. There's Rob Turner finishing again. Eddie Hightower going to get him with the block. And I think you really have to look at that Kentucky game. I think that the Evansville guy is there, but I think he feels like he's back underneath that basket. The one thing that Coach Knight talked to them about after the game, excellent hands right here by Michael Lewis. Just an outstanding play to come up with the play. Coach Cruz runs over, doesn't like it. So you can see the player's way back up underneath the basket before he's able to take the charge. Turner able to convert the 2.
And the 3 as he hits the free throw. Turner now with 9 points.
I think Coach Knight more concerned about the defensive end and keeping the ball out of Hollander. I think Indiana tries to play Hollander after he gets the ball rather than not let him touch the ball.
Wilson jumper is off. Collier goes up high. Guyton stripped from behind, but a foul.
And see right there, Jason Collier has got to recognize that that defender is coming up there. He has to know that A.J. doesn't see that defender. He has to hold the ball, tell A.J., hey, you got somebody there behind you. Didn't give him the basketball. I mean, he gives it to A.J. A.J. takes off. He gets tripped and he gets fouled. But, in a Big Ten game, a lot of times that guy might sneak right up there and take the ball away. You've got to communicate on both ends of the floor.
So Guyton comes to the line. Evansville wants to make several substitutions. Jim Cruz thought it was time for a timeout under the 8-minute mark, but he doesn't get it. Kwame James checks in, Runyon in, and Reisinger in. He was ready to diagram a play. But the timeout would not come unless Guyton makes the free throws, not before. Good on the first.
He doesn't make them all, and I hate to jinx him, but when he shoots free throws, it's about as pure as it gets right there.
Both of those go in. Indiana by 13. You are watching Big Ten basketball on the ESPN Plus network. Hollander having quite a night. 17 in the first half. Follow that with the 14. Give 31, a career-high scoring night for the senior from Mattoon, Illinois.
See Coach Cruz giving him a break, but I wouldn't guess that break's going to last very long.
Does your arm get tired on a career scoring night, too?
Oh, no. I mean, I got to tell you, Evansville takes a long one right there. Guyton comes up with the rebound. I got to tell you, the other day when I saw Rob Turner come over, and he was winded. I mean, but he had 19 points in the first 14 minutes, and he told Coach Knight to get him out of there. I said, my goodness, we're on national TV. I said, they'd have to drag me off the floor if I had 19 with only 14 minutes gone in the game.
Just think what you can get the rest of that half, huh?
That's right.
Lewis has done a nice job here in the second half leading this Indiana offense. Ball tipped away. Lewis has it. Stolen now. 16 Indiana turnovers.
Runyon, an outstanding three-point shooter.
Shot fake. Snow goes up. And Recker will pick up that foul. Fans wanted a charge.
once you get the ball inside, the offensive man is always going to get the advantage. You can see Luke Recker in excellent position right here. He's really pretty straight up. You can see the offense really draws the contact. That's one of those you'd really, rather than see any call, you know, it's almost a no call. There's no reason to make any call right there because the offense is obviously the one creating the contact.
Snow falls short with that one. Hollander right back in after a quick break. Begley and Wilson also in.
Indiana was a very small team in there right now. As you look at him on the free throw line, you can see Jason Collier will be the only guy basically inside. Luke Recker will probably run down inside offensively.
Lead is 12 now for Indiana. There's Recker. Shot from the free throw line in.
It's a lot easier for Luke Recker, a lot quicker with the basketball to react there than Jason Collier or Andre Patterson. Much better for them to catch it down on the block.
5 straight points for Recker.
But Rob Turner on Hollander right now. Not quite as big, but very, very quick.
Back cut, Snow, and reverse layup is good.
Jason Collier just a little slow getting down to the baseline, not able to take that back cut away. Travel, they're going to get Michael Lewis for the travel. He drug his pivot foot. Not been a very pretty game tonight. Indiana has looked very, very good at times offensively, but really has not been able to take things away from Evansville.
And the turnover story again hurting Indiana. They've been committing more turnovers than making assists. It's not a good way to have a winning season. Patient offense again. Hollander, now Turner on him.
Oh, excellent defense by Rob Turner. You can see he really used his body. That Snow steps up and knocks down the three for Evansville with outstanding defense. Good recognition by Hollander to throw it back out for the Aces.
11 now for Snow, and Evansville really hanging tough. 9-point Indiana lead. Inside Recker. And jump ball. And possession arrow will be to Evansville. So Evansville continues to hang tough. Led by Chris Hollander's career-high 31. And he is back in the lineup.
There's a lot of time left in the game. Over 5 minutes still in the game.
Standing on the drive to the hoop is fouled from behind. So this Evansville team still pumped up. 3 now. Foul on Guyton, his third.
Indiana has been very dominant at times, but has not been able to take over control of the basketball game. Evansville still very confident, knows that they can score points.
Patterson back in for Turner. See if he doesn't draw the assignment on Hollander. Indiana trying to mix up the matchup on Hollander. That one rolls around now.
Evansville have been an outstanding free throw shooting team coming into the game, but has really struggled here tonight.
As a team, they were at 78%. They trail by 8.
Indiana has not gotten much penetration from the guards the last 3 or 4 times down the floor. And because of it, they've tried to throw the ball through the zone rather than getting into the zone and then passing. Because of it, Indiana has turned the ball over a couple times.
Lewis, a three-pointer outside is off. 3 on 2. And that leaves Hollander open. He fell short on that one.
One of the easiest shots he's had all night. I'll bet he'd like to have that one back. Looked as if he would have liked to have gotten the angle and shot the bank shot.
Collier Collier inside. That pass from Recker.
Luke Recker understands about getting into the defense. He continues to make 3 good plays and 1 bad one, and that's the thing Coach Knight's really trying to get him out of. But watch how he gets into the defense and makes them play. He's got it in his mind. I can drive, get into the defense. Collier's going to be there. Lays it to him. Good strength by Jason Collier. I know all the people at home saying, yeah, Kitchell, you're always on him about finishing. Well, that time he did an outstanding job of finishing, catching the ball, going up strong. Good play set up by freshman Luke Recker.
Evansville again looks for Hollander. Recker now has him. Backs to the basket. Leaves it for Wilson. Lewis draws the foul. 3 now on Michael Lewis.
Michael Lewis didn't feel like he got him. I think more important is he lets Wilson beat him to the basketball. Good cut by Wilson down inside. You can see, oh yeah, he got him right on the arm. Slapped him real good.
Wilson hits the free throw. And hits 2. 4 minutes left. Indiana's lead is now 8. Recker this time finds Patterson. And the foul twice in a row now. Recker's gone up and found the open man.
Luke Recker has to be looking around saying, guys, it's just not that difficult. You just take 1 or 2 big dribbles, get inside, jump up. You're either going to have the shot or you're going to have one of the big boys inside open. He continues to do it, but I think he's gifted with more skills than a lot of people recognize right away.
Snow picks up his 4th foul. Patterson at the line. Well above his season's average.
Andre Patterson, the guy we didn't know if he was going to see much action tonight after not a real prime performance on Saturday against Kentucky, but has stepped in when Coach Knight put him in and done an outstanding job.
Hit all 6 of his free throws. You're watching Big Ten basketball on the ESPN for the Synergy Power Player of the Game, brought to you by Synergy, where energy comes to life.
And who would that lucky gentleman be?
Chris Hollander. Career high 31 points at 11 of 17 from the field. 7 of 9 free throws. Great game for Chris Hollander. Indiana has not figured out how to stop him. But the real key here is that Evansville only gives up 57 a game, and Indiana's 20 past that now. 77 points for the Hoosiers.
Keep the ball out of his hands, and then once he gives it up, don't let him get it back.
Lewis went down under the basket, but no call. And the shot by Wilson just off. Patterson.
Strength in those hands right there. The 3 guys had their hands on the ball, and Andre Patterson knocked it away. That lob pass to Andre Patterson probably open if Indiana wants to take advantage of it.
Recker inside. Misses, keeps it alive. And as Recker hit the deck, that foul is going to go against Evansville.
Andre Patterson, the one who got the foul, but Coach Knight talking about the play that happened on the other end. As you take a look at Coach Cruz, Andre Patterson going to step up at the free throw line for 2, but Luke Recker again takes the shot, goes in, keeps the ball alive, so Andre Patterson has the opportunity to get the rebound.
That's 4 on Hollander, so he's got to watch it the rest of the way in. 3 minutes and 10 seconds. Patterson, 14-15 points now. He did not start in tonight's game. And gets that one to roll. Timeout called by Evansville as they try to set some offense, and that's a 20. He's going to go with a 20 and decided to go to a full timeout. Indiana leads it by 12. You're watching Big 10-point lead most of the second half. Hollander fires up that one off the backboard.
Good pressure by Luke Recker.
Recker's come in and really put some punch in this Indiana offense. He's gotten into that free throw line and either shot or passed it off. Now Indiana takes some time, though, to run that shot clock. Jimenez tries a three in and out. Collier fights for it, and a whistle. Begley called for the foul.
Indiana trying to spread it out and run a little bit of time right now with only a little over 2 minutes left on the clock. If you look at Coach Cruz.
Collier back at the line. Jason's played well tonight as Indiana has gotten some scoring and rebounding out of the big people. Runyon checks back in, as will Mandeville.
Mandeville that hasn't seen a lot of time tonight, but as we mentioned, played an outstanding game against Kentucky. Kentucky's big people really dominated Indiana early in the game as Jason Collier comes away 0 for 2 from the free throw line.
Patterson now on Hollander. Evansville needs to score quickly. Runyon leans in and Collier pulls it down.
It's really a team effort right there. Still not a very easy shot for Runyon as Coach Knight's going to take a timeout.
To get Mandeville in the game.
He wants a full timeout.
And it will be. Still Indiana by 12. You're watching Big Ten basketball on the ESPN Plus Network.
It's Bruins because there's been some rooting going on down low.
We haven't seen that yet this year. Indiana takes another timeout, but for you new fans, we will surely point that out when we see some rooting going on. Not in root and beer either. This 20-second timeout is brought to you by Speece. Here's the newcomers for Indiana: Gladness, Turner, and Recker. They have averaged 30 points and 12.5 rebounds for Indiana still early in the season.
Turner and Recker have been big factors in tonight's game. Gladness has not played a lot. Gladness, the guy that's going to play against a lot quicker teams, you know, a lot of teams that play a lot of man-to-man. Just because he didn't play a lot tonight, I still think you'll see him a lot, especially as Indiana moves into the Big Ten season. Expect Indiana to spread it out, put Mandeville in the middle. All he's in there to do is to find people, set screens, set back screens. Indiana looking for an easy basket down and low. The thing is, though, you've got to keep it high. Once you cut through, you've got to get out of there, get to the corner, keep the middle open so you can get to the basket.
Lewis tries to dish. Runyon can't hold on to it, and the ball goes out of bounds to Indiana.
Michael Lewis anticipated that Luke Recker was going to be there. He didn't anticipate the Evansville defensive player was going to be there, and they're going to rewind the shot clock. Coach Knight was on that right away. He told Eddie Hightower, the official, that's down to 5. That was a change of possession. They rewound it. Indiana's got a new 35 to work with.
Lewis takes it out front and runs some of that shot clock down.
Hollander's going to have some problems trying to guard Luke Recker. Luke Recker can pretty much get to the basket whenever he wants to.
4 fouls on Hollander. He does not want to pick up that 5th. Leaves Recker open for 3. It's off. And tip ball comes out to Wilson. 3 is off. Hollander there for the rebound. Mandeville with the block.
What a nice play by Richard Mandeville, being in the right place at the right time. And it was an outstanding block, and it was kind of a Bill Russell type of block. He just blocked it into the backboard where Indiana could still come up with it. He didn't slap it out of bounds. You see Recker going to get pushed inside, but excellent position by Hollander. Does a nice job kind of pushing off, getting the rebound. But there's Richard Mandeville right there in the right place at the right time for Indiana.
Free throw is good. The lead now stretched to 13. Recker has 12 on the night.
But he's meant a lot more than that to this Indiana team. Against that zone, he was the one guy that was able to find openings, get inside. And remember, he didn't see a lot of time from the middle of the first half till about halfway through the second half.
There's Hollander outside on a three-pointer, and Evansville calls a timeout. Indiana's lead is 11 and 34 points now. New career high for Chris Hollander.
That was an outstanding shot by Hollander right there. I mean, Luke Recker is all over him. He's got a hand in his face, and there's just not much you can do sometimes against good scores.
This 22nd timeout is brought to you by Ameritech, and hot shooting by Evansville in their last 3 games. They were all over 50%.
It was probably those big crowds down there in Puerto Rico.
Tonight 45, so they couldn't match it tonight. They were averaging about 150 fans a game.
I saw that and I asked you, I said, that surely can't be right. But
150.
Maybe Fidel just only don't let him out to go to the basketball game.
Cass County sent that many.
Oh, that's Cuba. Here that's Cuba, not Puerto Rico, right?
Yeah, Cass County sent that many, so you know what 150 is. That's how many tickets you need each game.
Now, careful with the Cass County fans.
They're the best.
We used to fill her up.
There's Jim Cruz coaching on the sidelines. Recker hits that free throw. I think Indiana's ready for another Cass County player. What do you think?
Well, I don't think there's any question.
It's been a while. 14 now for Recker. And now 15. As Indiana will move to 4-3 on the season. Evansville is 5-3. Wilson three-pointer is in, and again Evansville a quick timeout. So they're working the end of the game strategy, hitting the threes and then going to press. 18 now for Marcus Wilson, the junior from South Bend Riley. And it's now gone to a full timeout. It's Indiana by 10. You are watching Big Ten basketball on the ESPN Plus network.
It's here 24 hours a day, 7 days a week.
Leads it by 10. Here's Chris Hollander on the drive.
See, Wilson steps out. Pretty good pressure again. Able to bury the three.
Inbounds to Mandeville. Right back to Lewis. He finds Jimenez 2-on-1. Luke pulls it back out.
Good play by Luke Jimenez. Indiana has enough points to win the basketball game. You just want to run the clock down at this point in time as it's under 10.
Wilson tries for the steal. And the foul. Lewis will shoot.
Indiana just a little careless right there with that pass right there. I mean, Wilson stepped right in there. Could have easily taken that ball away.
Bob Knight will have his 602 career victories while here at Indiana. His 704th total victory as a Division I head coach. Lewis hits the free throw. Runyon and Snow back in for the final 7.8 seconds.
We talked about one of the key factors. Evansville had only been given up 57 points a game. You can see Indiana almost 30 points above that at 85 right now. So it's been a problem for Evansville trying to stop this Indiana offense here tonight.
Trying to get one more shot before the horn, and they don't. The ball went in, but shot after the basket. Indiana wins it 85-73. There's Chris Hollander, career night, 31 points as Bob Knight and Jim Cruz meet to say congratulations. Our final score, Indiana 85, Evansville 73. Be sure and join us for our next telecast. It'll be this Friday from the Indiana Classic right here in Bloomington. Indiana takes on Wisconsin. Green Bay for Ted Kitchell. This is Big Ten officials Eric Harmon, Dan Krisma, and Glenn Borg. Also, Rich Falk, director of Big Ten officials, in attendance here to watch the game. And we are underway.
South Alabama starts out in a man-to-man. It'll be very similar to what Indiana saw last night. A very, very aggressive man-to-man defense. South Alabama steals it, but then kicks it out of bounds. Indiana with possession.
The South Alabama team with a lot of Indiana flavor. Two of their players, Madison 41,